people, like you said, their job may require them to only put in 100. You know, one brother, you know, it's easy for him to put in 200. Okay, and so given that he puts in a larger amount when things are built, as far as the community space, okay, he should be allotted more community space for his businesses if he puts in, you understand what I mean, more money, because depending on the ratio as far as the percentage you put in, okay, you should be reimbursed. But a brother can say, you know what, I want to be treated like everybody else. So okay, forfeit that.
Okay. Well, that's good. Sound like you got some good brothers around. That's good. I like that.
Look, I wish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For what a lot of our people, like I said, we have ideals, but the people who got the coins are not necessarily always connected with the brothers who have the ideals. We got brothers that are on the ground all over Africa that got ideals, and they're not always connected with people that have coins. And so, everybody hasn't been blessed like Akon, you know what I mean? So, he got a coin and he got the idea.
Yeah, it is.
So, that brother right
actually,
there.
There's been question about, I just been reading and looking at the stuff, and I'm just like, I got number love for anybody that's trying to make that connection, so they're saying, that he's opening up to, these other communities and, the Chinese, and letting them in on these types of things, So I think that for where we are, and we're just, regular people, we don't have a lot, but we have ideas and we want to do something, and I know that just from what I'm hearing from you, there's this need to be active, to do something, So as you look around and you talk about these brothers that have a little bit of coin, as you say, what did they do? How did they get it? Did they do it through the same way and the methods that we're talking about here, or did they have other ways? Did they look at what is it that people are doing? I'm not that. I haven't been exposed that much to to African communities. I've been to Zanzibar, I've been to Ghana, and not long enough to really see how they do this. A lot of food. Everywhere you go, there's food, restaurants, those types of things. But what is it that drives the economy? What is it that people are really spending on? It seems like, I don't care. You can go to even the poorest of neighborhoods. Everybody got a phone. How is that? It's like, what are people really spending on? I like to look at that, kind of do like, as they say,
yeah, that's the issue right there. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
What is do the market research and say, what do people really care about? Do they care about schools for the kids? Is that an important thing? And I'm sure they do. But I'm sure stores always, having the markets. You have a marketplace, that's always important. But do they make a lot of money doing that? The people that have the stores, is that where the money is? Coming from the stores, the bakalas and these types of things, having that, is that where the money is coming from? Or is it just, you're going to do okay from that?
My ideal is that in order to have a community, you need to have bring together like-minded brothers that all have different trades. Okay.
Absolutely.
And so when you do that and you actually build the community, what's taking place is that one brother may come in, him and his wife, or people in his family. Somebody's a tailor. Somebody is a blacksmith. We got a carpenter. You know what I mean? And so by all these people coming in together, what happens is that you actually have a community that is self-sufficient. Whenever they need something done,
it's within themselves.
It's within the community. Okay.
Okay.
And so this continues to allow us to give back to the group pot that we actually got organized. You know what I mean? And so this is how the nation and all these communities were able to strive and not be in the conditions that we're in at the moment. You know what I mean? And so, and so these, now you're going to go overseas, like you spoke about, and you're going to find certain things there that we don't even, we're not privy to, or we're not familiar with it, or we don't use those things. So what we have to do is we have to be educated about those things, but at the same time, educate others about the things that we like. And so now you open up options for both. Okay. And if you become a carpenter,
I like that.
You can offer both now. You can offer the craft that we bring from over here, and we are hire locally. Look, we're gonna hire locally. Take one of you guys' guys, and he'll work with us, and he could do that also. So it's about working with the communities that we go to, because those are our brothers. You know what I mean? And we want to give something to the community, and not go in and not be able to actually offer something for the community at the same time. Also become, if you uproot yourself and you're going somewhere, you gotta be you gotta try to become self-sufficient. And the only
absolutely, absolutely, I agree.
Is equity, and equity is land. So and so that's the basis of all of the payments in the beginning, is to acquire land. Okay. And so
okay, so land, is it relatively expensive there?
Where I'm at, okay, prices everywhere you go, prices are rising. They're going up. Okay. In other words, when I purchased my plots, when I actually did purchase them at that particular time, one plot was, I think, it's fairly cheap. It was like I want to say about, not even $1,000. Not even $1,000.
Oh man, what?
Not even $1,000.
I'm in the wrong place, man. I better be coming there right now.
Not even $1,000. Okay. Now.
But see, now that what you just said was interesting, because you said that it's constantly going up.
Why?
Right? No, that's letting you know that whatever you get, you're in an upswing. It's not like this guy that goes and buys a brand new car. As soon as he gets a brand new car, the price is going down. So what you just said is telling me that, okay, this is the thing to do, because no matter what you do with it, it's continuing to go up. So if you buy, 10, you can't lose. You can't lose. So this is yes, absolutely.
So what I noticed back then, and this is how it went down. I bought one plot, and I bought two plots, and then the brother called me back. He said, "Man, the dude has another plot that somebody, well, he doesn't have it, someone else has it." And I said, "Okay, I'll buy it." And so I bought a third plot. Then my ex-wife bought a fourth plot. Okay. The price was fluctuating, it was changing, but it's basically around the same price. I went on the ground and I started building. Okay. As soon as I started building, and I put, listen to this, I put water in that area.
Really?
I ran the pipes to the area so that the building could be done, because you can't lay no cement, you can't do anything without no water. So I laid the pipes. That's right. If you go look at my 40 acres without a mule videos, it gives you the breakdown of the land. It gives you the breakdown of how I went out and surveyed the land with the guy. The first digging up the foundation, I went out and did, I did all that. You know what I mean? And so while I was doing that, some other guys came out and said, we got a couple plots over here we trying to sell. I was like, really? Okay. Wow. How much y'all want for them? The price just accelerated. Okay. Why? Because now it's water. And you know what the guy told me? I said, I said to the guy, you know, I said to him in Arabic, I said, I only paid this for that. Why am I paid? Why am I paid? That for
3
that?
times as much. Right.
You know what he told me? He said, now it's water.
Wow.
That's what he told
But
me.
you the one that did, what?
Thank you. He said,
Wow.
now it's water. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I looked at him. I said, I'm the one that brought the water.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, but that's how it happens. And so
That's how they do it, huh?
and so once the place starts becoming populated, then the price increases. Okay. Now, if you go to an area and you just, a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to live out here because there's nobody out here. You know what I mean? And if you go out to an area and it's wide open space, try to get as much of it as you can. Why? Because you're going to get it for a better price. Now, mind you, the area is only 30 minutes outside of the capital. It's a 30-minute ride outside the capital. You know what I mean? So, and if you're driving fast, you may get there in 25 minutes. You know, so you know it's not far.
Very interesting. Now, let me ask you this: do you have to be of that community? You have to live there to purchase land there? Do you have to be a citizen or?
No, you don't have to be a citizen. You can actually purchase and not be a citizen. You know what I mean? And get it turned over into your name through an agent who is Sudanese, and that's what I did through a lawyer and so forth. And then my whole thing is, because I don't know when I'm gonna pass. And so the whole thing is to put all the properties in the names of the kids and my wives and stuff like that, so that they don't have no issues like that right there. So that the sisters, if your brother passed, sisters got a house, they set up, boom, the kids, everything is situated. And so it's about that inheritance and that equity. You know what I mean? Because you, as we talked about before, what happens in the States,
That's it.
Yeah, what happens in the States. You inherit, but you don't know how much of a debt you're going to inherit. You know what I mean? Especially if you in your situation where you got loans from university and so forth, and now you grinding, trying to get those paid off, and you got a family, and all of a sudden you inherit a house, and then you go back to look at the paperwork on how, whoa, I got to pay this mortgage. How much is it? You know what I mean? So, so now you like, dang, what I mean? So,
I encourage a lot of brothers that I talk to about, like, when you're getting stuff in the States that, and I remember they offered me this. I was young. I didn't really even understand it, but the first property that I got, they said, do you want some kind of life insurance, that you have to get property insurance, of course, but there's a certain type of insurance that you get with your property that if you pass, then the loan is paid off. Whoa. And I'm just like, why would you not want that? I mean, you talk about the REBA, all that is paid off. If something happens to you, and then, you can will that, write that, in a living trust, or write that in your, your will or something like that, that this goes to this person, it's paid off, why would you not want that? So, and it's not much. It's maybe like maybe $50 a month or something, like, the extra that goes on. If you're making a mortgage payment, it's something that you really need to consider, Don't just have it to where it goes to the state, and I have, a lot of friends, people that passed and it wasn't in order, and so it's very important, so that, what you're saying is definitely on hit. And I'm asking the questions because, I wonder, is there some kind of way of opening it up to people that have finances that aren't there, that could,
that's the whole issue. I've been now we do have a couple brothers there that actually own houses, and they came early, and one brother he just, man, and this brother right here, he always cried. He was, oh, you met the brother. Oh, you met the brother. He just arrived back.
Oh, you're talking about Ismail?
Ismail, yeah, he just arrived back. He just got at me right before I got on. That's who I was actually dealing with. Yeah, so you know,
he actually, I saw him. He sent me a message also. You know,
yeah. That's my
brother,
brother
man,
right there.
beautiful brother, man. I'm
That's
just
my brother right there.
amazed. I see this brother and I'm amazed, man. But man, I'm telling you, when I see him, I think that same potential, that same beauty is in us, man. When the
It is
people that
this.
we grew up
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
they, that's in them, man.
yeah,
You see the
yeah,
greatness that came out of, where
yeah,
we come from, man.
yeah,
That's them.
yeah.
That's them, man. When I see this brother, it's like, wow, man, that could have been any one of us.
Now you know the brothers. The brothers from out of Chicago.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes,
And
yes.
if
Yeah.
when he sit down and tell you, you like, man, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And
Yeah.
so, brother just sharp, and
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, he just purchased a whole like a farm.
Wow.
So that's my next
Really?
move. Yeah, he just purchased a
Yeah.
farm. And this
Mm-hmm.
particular farm that he purchased um uh has has been growing cotton. And so,
Mm-hmm.
so the whole thing now is to organize through his family and relatives to go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and continue the cotton growing process on the farm. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? And so my whole
Mm-hmm.
thing is that I want to get in the area where I'm at, because this is something that we've been talking about, me and him, for the longest, is getting
Mm-hmm.
farmland. And so now you
Mm-hmm.
start growing different kinds of he got that particular property with the intent of uh, um, getting a textile company.
Mm.
And I said,
Okay.
okay. I said, okay. You jumped the gun, but we
Mm-hmm.
on track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause you
Okay.
got the raw product, and we still
Yeah.
need we still need
Mm-hmm.
the machines to
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. And so he has the ideal, and so now you know what I mean, and so now you know what I mean. You know, brother, every time he's the one that told me, we need to just put all the money we got, every
Mm-hmm.
time we get
Yeah,
that we
and I
got
agree. I
property.
agree. As I mentioned, I mean, if you're saying that property is continuing to go up,
That's all it
you need
needs.
to have a gang of it. You need
Look
to
at
have a
that's
gang of it.
all it
But
does.
let me ask you this:
Go ahead.
Does any of the brothers in this group that you have, are any of them realtors? Because they
Uh,
should be. Are any of them
yeah,
realtors?
none of the
You should
brothers are
be.
realtors. Yeah.
You
Uh,
should be.
I'm a partial realtor, you know what I'm saying, when it comes
Yeah,
down to
yeah.
certain issues that you
Mm,
know, but what I do plan to do is um we want to open up a office that
mm-hmm,
basically deals with those issues. You know what I mean? And have a
mm-hmm.
lawyer on hand and everything.
Yeah,
And um
yeah,
and
yeah.
and so the whole ideal is to try to connect, and so that we
Mm-hmm,
have people in Ghana, we have people in Gambia, we have people in
mm-hmm,
Ethiopia, Kenya, wherever,
mm-hmm,
and we just able to call, get a brother on the phone and say, look, Aki,
mm-hmm,
this is what we need. We got these brothers over here. They're trying to do this. And so we need to be able to contact somebody in any one of the 54
mm-hmm,
countries on the continent and
mm-hmm,
touch bases and have it set up. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And
I
so
like that.
and so those are the
Mm-hmm,
kind of ideals. That's what I've envisioned. And those are
mm-hmm,
and so in order to be able to do that first, is that we need to get our house in order first, and so that when
mm-hmm,
you when you hook up with other people, um, brokers normally, okay, over there is that they're just they're just regular agents. They don't really have. Sometimes they don't even have
A
a office.
license? Oh,
No, they ain't
office.
got
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, no, no. You said it all. They don't have no office. They don't got no license. Okay, you know what I mean. And so,
Okay. Okay.
license, okay, all right, to buy and
Mm-hmm,
sell property
mm-hmm,
because it's not being regulated like it is in the States. So most
mm-hmm,
things are not being regulated. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? And that's why it's a wide open
mm-hmm.
market.
And see, this, yeah, this is why. This is why. Because eventually it will be. Eventually it will be. They're working their way to be just like how they are
And
over
so,
there. You
and so,
know.
and so my whole thing is that you know, and just like if you came out in the early '80s and you was the
Mm-hmm,
first one to get to touch that and say, "Wow,
mm-hmm,
I can't believe this." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. All right. And so, I mean, it's wide open. You know what I mean? But for someone who doesn't come from our background, he doesn't feel that. You know what I mean? Because the people I'm dealing with right now, you know, I got people that are wanting to sell. They inherited farmland. So they inherited farmland, but they're young people. They don't want to farm. So their grandfather's farm, yeah, their grand, and that same thing he bought. He bought like 100. He bought like 100 hectares. You know what I mean? And so this is like this a huge farm. And so they don't have, they want some cash in their hand. They want to, they want to.
Man, that sounds like an opportunity.
Of course it
Yeah,
is.
that sounds like an opportunity.
So this is where all of the opportunities come from, is because they come from a background of having land and having that equity, but now the younger generation doesn't have the drive and the encouragement to do that. You know, they want to get on planes and, you know, go work somewhere else.
Yeah.
They don't want to farm.
Right.
I mean, so
Wow.
so that's where the opportunity opens up for people to have ideals, like the ideals that Brother Ishmael has, and also myself. You know what I mean? So
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
yeah.
Well, I am hoping that I'm going to hear more about that from you for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely like the idea, and it sounds like something that you can't lose on, really.
Yeah,
I mean, because
no.
even
The
if you just
property,
got
the
the
property.
property and you resell it, you know, it's going to be, you know, at a greater profit margin, you know. So you definitely want to.
And also you could, if you want, you could just build units and sell houses. I mean, you know, you could actually invest and put houses on the property, and that's something that I'm looking forward to in the future too. Is that have brothers that want to come over and repatriate and just buy a house that's already built. And I mean, come over, look at it, boom, work out a deal, boom. Okay, here you go.
How difficult was it for you to get the water to that particular property, that land?
Just a payment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just it's everything is about it's Africa. So you know, it ain't, you know, because you thinking like, I think, you know, so you thinking like, okay, I'm at the top.
I'm the water guy, you know. You know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, all these regulations. Nah, it ain't like that. You know what I mean? You know, the guy looks and you know, he tallies it up and gives you a number, and then you ask him how soon could he have it done. He said, well, you know, hey, when can you pay us? So as soon as you get done. Okay, we have it done today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you know, he bring his people and they'll work as fast as they could to get it done if that's what's needed. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so you know, that's just how that stuff goes. You know, but outside of that, you don't have to use the water from the government. You can dig a well. Yeah, you could just dig a well on your land and get water from out your well. You know what I mean? And you know, put a pump up to it and pump water straight from the well. You know what I mean? So it's all about, you know, what you plan on doing. So if you plan on farming like that, then a well would probably be most sufficient. But my whole thing is, I also like the brothers, is that the property, the farmland that I'm interested in is actually on the Nile River. So instead of digging a well or having anything like that, they have these nice sized generators, and then it has a hose connected to the generator, and then you put the hose out inside of the Nile River, and you just pump water out of the Nile onto your property.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So and so traditionally, what takes place is that people who normally farm there, who are just, you know, they're just regular farmers, they only farm during the rainy season, which is a 3-month period. But if you have the generator that I'm telling you about, you farming as a business, so you farming all year round. Because you
that makes a big difference.
Yeah. So this is the difference here. You know what I mean? So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. Alhamdulillah.
So
that's beautiful, man. There's a lot of possibilities.
Those are the ideals that that a brother has. I'm hoping that in the future, we can sit down and kind of like just go over some numbers and stuff like that, and kind of like see ideals, and you know what I mean, and
I think that'd be good.
And actually take a trip, you know what I mean,
that'd be beautiful. Ooh, man, I mean, beautiful.
That would be great. To do that. You can actually see some things on the ground like that right there, and know what you're dealing with. Without further ado, brother, you know what I mean. I think an hour is more than enough. You know what I'm saying? I know the professor. He got to
absolutely.
He has to get ready for classes tomorrow. And so,
man, you know what? We've been off all this summer, man. Nah, we go back next week.
Okay.
We go back next week.
Okay. So y'all.
We go back next week, and they're saying. Oh, actually, they're not saying anything. I've heard that we gotta take a COVID test before we go back, but then they just said, wait until further instructions or whatever. But they're supposed to be bringing us back next week.
Okay.
Inshallah.
Same with us.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah. I'm tired of being at home too. Yeah. They took us back. They took us back for 3 days. They took us back for 3 days.
Oh, really?
And after we went back for the 3 days, the commander came out and said, we're gonna divide you guys up into 2 shifts.
Wow.
One will work next week, and the other one will work the week after that. So I'm off all this week.
After.
I'll go in this week. Yeah. And so then our students actually come back after that. So so I'm waiting to see what is going to be the situation. Also, they mentioned the point about the COVID testing. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen, inshallah ta'ala, and we'll see what's going to happen. And so I'm going to send you some information on the co-op, and
please do.
And then
please do. I'd like to see it. Like to go through it. Like to see.
Found some ideals back at it, brother. You know what I mean? So as to because I need to pick somebody's brain and and kind of like try to get things completely ironed out the way they need to be, inshallah. Without further ado, we're gonna let you go, and we appreciate having you on here, man. And
always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
And that other sticky topic, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, when we get a time,
yes.
We can kind of like move into that also, and
yeah. Alhamdulillah. Definitely want to bring my nephew in on that one. I think he's looking for a sister from across the way somewhere. He wants around the way girl. He wants.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to actually get y'all on together, or him with somebody else, and kind of like speak from a young brother's position.
Exactly.
Not married yet, your expectations, and then after he finished, then put on a brother who got the experience, and then tell a brother, what you feel is gonna be like.
Here's what you're looking at, right. Inshallah. I'm sure we'll be up for it. Alhamdulillah. I'm looking forward to hooking up with you, brother, and send me whatever you got. I'm definitely down with looking at that for sure.
Okay.
Inshallah, stay in touch.
Yeah, make dua for brother. You know what I mean, and you stay in touch.
Alhamdulillah.
Wish your family all the good and khair and everything, and that everything works out for you guys over there and everything. And I'll be in touch with you, inshallah.
Ameen. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum salam. Thank you for watching. And if you have liked what you've seen, please share. Also subscribe, hit that like button, and also hit the notification. Once again, thank you.